Hello, hello, hello. So this will be a different kind of video today. It's more of a talking style video. So the Fanita hate train is over. It is over. Let this be y'all last video that y'all make. I'm not defending everything she does because all I'm saying is that she likes to double down and she's not the type to apologize. It's going to take a lot for her to apologize. She's an unapologetic type of person. But I every other video on my timeline is, oh yeah, Fanita think piece this, Fanita think piece that, and I'm like, y'all really trying to get clout on this girl, and for what? Like y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. Y'all ain't got nothing else popping for yourself, but to talk about her and her problems. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not defending everything she does, you know. There's this one deleted video that I was just like, oh, well, this is kind of where I bowed out at, and y'all should too, because it just it's not worth the energy because it it's too much at this point, and I think y'all need to wrap up these think pieces. So, here is the deleted video that someone had reposted, and I'm gonna give you my commentary throughout the video, but it's just like this is getting wilder and wilder by the second, and this is just like the tart trip all over again. And you know, people was like, oh, she's never gonna come back from this, she's never gonna come back from this, and she did, and now she's here. So I think sometimes doubling down is cool to a certain extent because you can't you can't please everybody on the internet, because there's gonna be people who love you and there's gonna be 10 times more people who hate you. And what she does is like being like, well, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for what I said. I'm not sorry for what I did. Blah blah blah. But at the same time, when you do that, there's going to be people who are trying to humble you and be like, you need to be humble. You need to be apologetic. You need to be apologizing to people, even though she doesn't know any of you people. These are just people on the internet. All right, let's go. Let's go.
I had to go get a tummy tuck. I had to go get a boob job. Y'all, I just got back from Miami last week. I've only been home for a week and a half. And I'm still in recovery. I'm still swollen. And everybody's making think pieces about my body that is fresh. Like literally, I'm fresh off the table. I've just started sleeping again.
And this was I don't have a date for it. Hold on, let me figure out what date that was posted, because she's like, "Oh, I had to get a tummy tuck. I had to do this. I had to do that." But I'm like, "No, you didn't." Number one, and number two, like, just like, oh, people making think pieces about my body fresh off the table, but you put your body and your weight loss journey and your surgery on display. So this is like 2 days ago. So all that's on display, and of course, people are gonna judge and make their think pieces about her body. You know.
Like last night was the first time I slept for 9 hours in 3 weeks. And it's not because I wasn't sleeping because of pain meds, whatever. I haven't taken my pain meds since May 9th. No, I haven't taken my pain meds since May 15th after I got back from Miami. I have not taken a single pain medication because I don't want to get addicted to opioids. I haven't taken Tylenol and I haven't taken any of the codeine that I was prescribed. I still have 22 codeine pills left. Then I broke up with my boyfriend. I was in a toxic relationship for the last 3 months. A toxic relationship. I was
And in this video, I was just like, "Ooh, these are all sound like excuses." It was just like, okay, if you're gonna say certain stuff on the internet, you gotta be prepared for like any backlash. Because she's like, all you bitches is for, all you bitches is ugly. Um, my body's tea. I used to be fat, now I'm not. This is a testament to prove that I can do anything. I put all 100 in me, right? And you could have said that without being like everybody who's doubting me is poor. I don't know.
in a like in it took everything I had to like break up with my boyfriend. And I broke up with him and I stood 10 toes down. And then ever since I broke up with him, that mental lift finally something has been lifted mentally where I can focus back on my work, because he was deterring me from like my job, and he had to go. Like it just wasn't gonna work. Like he wasn't secure enough in himself to date somebody of my stature and my status. And so then I broke up with my boyfriend, right? I'm still healing from recovery.
Oh shoot! Wait.
I had to go get a tummy tuck. I had to. Everybody broke needs to go to mime school, and my family has been
I'm sorry.
struggling so bad. I'm in my living room. You're in the projects, and my family has been struggling so bad. In your fucking Section 8 housing apartments, and my family has been struggling. Sitting in your dirty, broken cars that need transmission replacements.
Okay. The second video was not planned, but people are chopping up what she got to say, making it into like different things and stuff. Because there was another video where she was like, "Oh well, the reason like I've been struggling with my mental health because of like she had someone pass away in her family, and." I'm like, now how is that an excuse to call people broke and living in the project and ugly and all this other stuff? That's my thing. I was just like, okay, if you believe that, that's fine. I will respect it more if she was just like not trying to issue all these apologies, because like the whole back to when she was like, "Oh, I don't think everyone's beautiful." She was like, "I said what I said. I'm not taking it back." But now that she's starting to take it back, that's when we run into some problems. It's either you going to stand 10 toes for what you said what you said. People will respect that more, because all the people who are like, "Oh yeah, she's starting to break down, like she's starting to apologize." They found an end where they're like, "Well, we're gonna stop supporting you, and when we stop supporting you, you're gonna be like who you're saying is broke and stuff like that." Because I think now the update is that quit TikTok. Hold on, let me see. That she quit TikTok and she's trying to do Twitch now. Um, Let me see. I feel like what a way to shake the internet up, because she's the only person who I've seen that for a whole week is, well, 3 days, 3 4 days. Every other video on my timeline is Fanita this, Fanita that. Maybe it's just my algorithm or whatever, but it's just yeah. So she has this other video. I think this is the one where she was talking about like someone like passing away in her family and stuff, right? And reading the comments down, they're like, the downfall of Fanita. Fanita, it's okay to log off for a while. They could never make me like you. Like, see, and people, all these people who say this, who are these like keyboard warriors and like their little think piece warriors, I'm like, you guys could not take the heat if y'all was in the same position. Like, if you had 2 million people following you and you had hundreds of thousands of people being like, "Oh, you're ugly, you're fat, or I don't like you, and you need to," they're just saying bad things, because there will always, like, the higher you go, the more haters you're gonna have. So if you look at anybody with millions and millions of followers, there's like at least half of them are people who was hate watching them, who was like waiting for them to to fall off or something, just so they can be like, "Ha ha, yeah, you're not that bad after like not that's not the right phrase." They're like, "You're not that great after all." And there will always be people who are going to just not like you for whatever reason, like, and then it's this hurt mentality. Like, one person said they didn't like what she had to say, when in reality they could have been like, "Oh, I don't have a problem with what she said." They probably would have agreed, because this all started with her being like, um black creators and white creators don't get paid the same. And if I was Alex Earl, I would have all of these like sponsorships and deals. Like I'm funnier than her. I do more stuff to her, but because she's white, she gets more opportunities, right? And most people can agree with that. But then it kind of went off the rails when she was just like calling out random people, being like, don't be mad that you poor and I'm up. I got a tummy tuck. I got my boobs done. Like I did all this. And where you at? You sitting in the projects. Like that's where it kind of went off the rail. But like at the same time, I'm like, you got a following like that. And I mean, she got to where she is by being outspoken, by being true to herself. So she's just saying like, oh, I'm I'm true to myself. I'm gonna continue to be true to myself. But it's not being received well. But you know what? It's gonna blow over in like a week. Ain't nobody don't care. Then like for the longest time, ain't nobody care about the tar trip no more. Ain't nobody care about the not everybody's beautiful thing. And then this too shall pass. Because that's what people do. They find the next person and this like herd mentality be like, oh, who's canceled now? Oh yeah, let me hop on that train. Let me make my little think piece video about this. Let me make my little series about them, and then people blow up off of making think pieces about other people. And then I'm just like, well, once you're in that position and you garner a lot of following and then they turn on you, which they inevitably will because people are sheep, and they're gonna turn on you eventually, and then you gonna think like, dang, like why are people against you? I'm like, well, why was you against the person that you got your fame off of? And I'm gonna end the video on that.